Shannon, say something. See how that mic sound.
Testing, testing.
Okay. You gonna?
Am I gonna need to be closer? I think that's fine. Right?
That's good right there. Yeah. Huh? See,
Should
like
be
when you
fine.
said yeah, I couldn't hear it that time.
Yes.
Okay. That's good. Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Collie Park Sean here with a little paint where it ain't, a little seasoning with some reasoning. Got two of my favorite people in the room today. We gonna get this thing rolling. We got a lot to talk about today. But go ahead and tell the people who you is if you want to.
I mean, I feel like I'm a partial, part-time regular. It's your girl Shan checking in.
Nah.
Say what now? No?
Nah.
Okay. I'm still a stand-in, so I'm here checking in.
Now we got that under control. Y'all know who it is.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. What we're going to start trying to do is really just kind of go over the current topics at the top of the hour. Go over the things that's just been happening currently within the news and society and all that stuff. So, yeah, I guess we can start off with the... well, first off, I want to say, man, before the show started, I was just going through my phone, strolling, whatever, and I see Ed Reed is not going to get the job at Bethune. They told him he ain't going to be able to, do the job.
I get it.
And I saw a video he posted talking to the boys. Literally kind of, he didn't really apologize, but he was expressing his passion for wanting to be there and why he wanted to be there. And he basically stood behind what he did, saying that, if I come here and y'all hoarding trash and this and that, I'm just real. I'm sorry for being real about what's happening. So he was literally kind of apologizing to the boys and saying how he really, really wanted to be there, to the point that it sounded like he was in tears talking to the boys. So how y'all feel about that?
You go. I haven't really been following this.
I'm proud of both sides. He voiced his opinion, they got rid of him. Because one thing you're not going to do is embarrass me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he had a point. He had a lot of good points. Did it wrong. Social media ain't the place for that. You could have went to the AD, had a real conversation, then went on about your business. But I wouldn't have kept him neither. You already making yourself bigger than the program.
Yeah.
You bring it.
That's a good point.
You're doing too much. So you can't check us. We can't check you. That's it.
Why don't you, for those who are not familiar with what happened?
He signed on to be the head coach down at Bethune-Cookman, HBCU. When Primetime did his thing, everybody was talking about how if more ex-NFL players that had a name would go to these schools and uplift the programs. So Ed Reed did that, went to Bethune-Cookman. But as soon as he got there, before he even signed his contract, he went online and berated them to I mean, he was cussing and he was going off about how trashy the buildings were, how bad his office was, and things of this nature. So then he came out and after all the flack he got, he came out and apologized. Maybe a day later, I think.
Too late.
You know. So today the news came out that they going their separate ways. And so, like I said, literally right before the show, I saw the interview well, not the interview. I saw the video of him talking to the teammates, the team, about how he really wanted to be there and how he wanted to, you know, do all the things. He said his nephew transferred there, you know, so he could be part of the program, and he was hurt by how the situation played out. But he said, I still want y'all to, you know, give y'all all and do whatever y'all need to do down here. So, yeah.
Well, social media is that platform that people are using. It's not uncommon. I'm not saying it's right, but that's what people are doing.
If it ain't right, in that way, you shouldn't have did it. I could have a million disagreements with a lot of people. I ain't using social media. I'm going to him, and he's of that age. He should know that, and he's of that stature. He should know that. He not nobody that ain't never been in a situation where he had to keep his cool. That's how he became a Hall of Famer. Situations he had to keep his cool. He ain't getting that from me. You did it wrong, and you know what they did? They got rid of you.
Yeah, when you look at it from like you said, that's the way that it's done now. But when you look at it from a common person's perspective, if you come on here and you bash your job, specifically the name of your job and the company and social media get it and you blow up, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be out of there.
True.
You know.
That's fair.
Only time I seen it work that way, and it worked in the person's benefit, was a guy that used to work for, I think, with Amazon. When they fired him, some shit, then, I mean, he's big. You know what I'm saying? Then next thing you know, he's on Capitol Hill or whatever, because now he runs a union for him.
Huh.
That's from, I think, Amazon.
Oh, I know.
He got fired from Amazon. Then that's, you know, now he run a union for Amazon.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because he was bringing up all the points.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So they said, we're going to get rid of you. He said, I got something for y'all.
Yeah, and he
organized and it went through. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's probably best, though, if he didn't want to. If he didn't, listen, that's a red flag for me. If you expect me to operate in these conditions and it's already subpar before I even sign on, I probably don't want any parts of it.
I know Bethune-Cookman very well. I done walked around Bethune-Cookman many times. You knew what you was walking into when you wanted that job. The problem was you thought you was Dion. And I ain't saying Ed Reed ain't on that same level, because he is. Not in the public eye. Not on social media. They ain't going for that. They see what happened with Dion situation. They said, before this even get there, because look what he doing already. Let's just watch out. Let's wash our hands of this.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
Now, true story. This week I was actually I've been getting consultations for orthodontics. And orthodontics. I'm getting orthodontics treatment.
Dentist.
No.
Is ticks?
The provider is an orthodontist.
Right.
Orthodontics is the treatment itself.
Oh.
So I've been going to get consultations for braces.
Okay.
For all of us.
Again.
And because I did not follow my treatment plan the first time. And I got an email from the office manager at 11 o'clock at night, 2 days before my appointment, telling me I needed to get a long list of things. So I basically went to him and said, first, this is unprofessional that you're reaching out at 11 o'clock. Second of all, I scheduled the appointment last week. If there were all of these requirements beforehand, why didn't you let me know? And I went down a list of A to Z. And then the next day I followed up with him. It was 4 o'clock in the day. I said, I still haven't heard from anybody about what I called you guys about. And so finally he was like, Miss Christopher, I don't think this is a good fit for you. Will be a good fit for you. And I said, I agree. I said, because your lack of professionalism and organization here shows me how things will go going forward. And I think that he did me a favor. And I think
He did it. Both of y'all did each other a favor. You voiced your opinion. He won't be bothered.
But it's not about that. It's a service that you're providing.
Right. But it's at his disposal.
No, it's not actually. It's at the orthodontist's disposal. His discretion. His office manager is the reason why he probably doesn't have a lot of patience.
He got enough to stay in business.
Yeah. Well, just because they in business don't mean they ain't struggling. Moving on.
We can agree to disagree.
Okay.
I just don't understand how, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand why people think they can voice their opinion so tough like that and then expect people to be like, oh, okay, you can still come in.
Wait a minute. It was very
get it.
professional. I was very diplomatic in the way that I spoke to him. And I feel like the feedback that I gave him was
I'd just been
was
like,
helpful.
yo, man, you coming or not?
But that was going to determine whether or not I was going to be able to come.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I get what you're saying. Okay, you ain't like the fact that they text you at 11:30, whatever. I get it. Are you coming or not?
But they gave me one day to pull together a whole bunch of information that I needed to go all around the world to get. Was that fair to a patient who scheduled an appointment the week prior?
You coming or not?
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying.
Y'all can go to hell.
Like,
I'm
just
not
saying.
dealing with it. I'm not.
Nah, yeah. At that point, yeah, nah, I'm good.
At that point,
And
I just been like, no, I wouldn't even went through all that. I just been like, yo, I ain't coming.
Yeah, I'm one of them guys.
I'm just that.
Right, yeah.
I ain't got time to be sending letters back and forth. This is me calling. I ain't coming.
I give people the opportunity
All
because in black business, because this was a black orthodontist, I feel like I should give you the feedback to help make you better.
So you did what we say you're supposed to do. You need to
Absolutely.
go and tell them, hey, this is not how you're supposed to be doing it.
I did, and then I went to Google reviews
And you
and
saw.
ripped their ass the whole one.
You? What other reviews did you see? Did you see any other bad reviews?
It was
on there?
actually very consistent, and I failed to look at Google reviews
prior to.
prior to.
Why did you look at that one? You ain't want to be alone?
I was there. I
She
left
went
my
in
review.
to leave a review, and that's
And
when
then
she
that's
saw
when I saw the rest
the other stuff.
Oh,
So she failed to do her homework in the beginning,
that's
and she was able to see. That's a process.
I ain't coming.
You learn and you grow.
You do.
I'm not coming.
You learn and you grow. But
That's just it.
I want to go back to what you were saying about if your job and this and that, and they have stuff that's not right, you shouldn't, or you should just leave. Is that what you were saying when we were talking about the Amazon guy and how things weren't right, and when he voiced his opinion, and you were saying something to the extent of, I would just find something else?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that was, like I said,
I think it's two different
situation was-
situations because you're talking about working somewhere and then visiting somewhere.
Yeah,
It's kind of different because
No, I'm not comparing those
that's
two.
what it sounded
No, I
like,
was just
look.
I thought she was saying something from the first situation, like you would just leave if you were at this job that things weren't in place, and when you spoke about it, you would just be like, okay, I'm out.
I wouldn't just leave. I would bring it to their attention to see if I'd give them an opportunity to change.
Okay,
Sure.
That's all I was
Yeah. No.
trying to get on. Moving on.
he tried to set you up for something.
That's okay.
But you
I didn't catch
changed that.
I didn't catch
No,
that.
yeah.
I seen it. He was trying to set you up for something. Union strong.
Moving on.
I know
That's
where
where I was going with it. That's where I was going.
I knew you were trying to set her
That's
up
where I
for
was
that.
going with
I
it.
heard it.
But it's all good. She cleaned it up.
He was trying to set you up. I see the chest, I see the pieces moving. I saw this is.
We
This
be
is not
around
what
each
she
other
said.
too long. We be around each
I
other
said
too
this
long.
is not what she was saying. But all right.
Pivot.
In other news, Young Thug was in court, and he had I don't know if it was a friend or an associate or
He was a
something.
co-defendant.
Oh, he was a
He was
co-defendant.
the co-defendant.
Well, he came in with some paraphernalia, some drugs, and dropped it in Thug's hands in the courtroom. I just, when I speak about it, like I said, we a lot of times champion some people that just, if they made their bed, they got to sleep in it. I don't know all of the stuff. I ain't no social media lawyer or no celebrity lawyer, but them some serious charges. And I don't care who you are, if they got all y'all wrapped up in this, your whole damn near the whole crew taking plea deals, and now you get caught with somebody dropping off dope to you in the courtroom. Let that man do what he got to do and stop saying free thug.
Free thug.
Free thug. If he did it, let that man do what he got to do, man. And we do that a lot. That's all I got to say on there. What you got, bro?
None.
I got nothing either.
You ain't got nothing?
Nah, that's just stupid.
Yeah, so moving on. NBA. Morant came out and he was upset about him being tested after that posterizing dunk he did a couple nights ago. Mm-hmm. He got tested for the sixth or seventh time. I think it's seventh time. And he was a little upset about it. And that's something we talked about. Was it last week or week before? Mm-hmm. I think the week before. We talked about it. Yeah.
With him and Luka.
Yeah, Luka and not Donovan.
Oh, yeah,
when Donovan did his, when he dropped that 70 piece, we talked about it. So I went back when this one came through. Went back and looked at the policy that the NBA has on testing players, and the policy is they can test up to 2,125 throughout the whole year. That's how many tests they can do. So that averages out to 4 tests per player. That's random. So now Ja has done his seventh.
Is it per season or per year?
Per season. Okay. Per season. I think they do some in the off season, but it's per season they can do random drug tests, and he's on his number 7. How do y'all feel about that?
Blame Donovan Mitchell.
Blame Donovan?
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Because if you don't get on TV and blast the league for all these for your your one drug test
that we know of.
I mean, obviously he was offended by it. That happened. So I'm gonna say this is one.
But it's always after a great performance or an unordinary performance.
That's only what we're hearing about.
And that's what I said, based off of what we know. If so when somebody does, like, I don't see them testing somebody that went 1 for 12. But we don't hear about it.
They did Kevin Love the same night they did
Mitchell.
He had 2 points.
They ain't speaking out.
He went with him.
They ain't speaking out. I think I think this is just my personal opinion. Some of these black players want to want to make it racy.
It is though.
I was trying to say you don't think it's racy.
But the statistics or the rules say that there are random tests that are taking place. So we're hearing about 2 cases here, 3 maybe.
It's random. It's random per team though. It's not just league 450 random. It's random per team.
But it's 2,000 whatever per season, right?
But that's 15 people on the team. You telling me that number gonna follow him that many times?
That's for the whole league. That 125. So that averages 4 tests per player in the entire league. So he's on number 7.
Just go ahead and test positive, get over with.
And then what?
That's all they waiting on.
That's what they want. To say he was doping.
Yeah.
Like they did. I remember John Collins here. He got hit for doping. He had to sit out for like half a.
He need that shit. Trash ass.
Half a season.
Some players need it.
So yeah, man. I don't know, man. I really would like to see more on the random, like if they would post the results of the random test that they do on
you
who
talking
they
about
do.
League shit. No, they ain't about to do that.
I know they ain't, but I would like to see, because I'm still on the side of...
They wouldn't do that at our job.
Nah, they wouldn't.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
Confidential. It's interim.
That's what I'm saying. You can't do that.
Yeah, I just would like it.
To see who else getting tested.
Yeah, to see who else getting tested randomly, because I'm still on the side of, man, they testing the folks that's showing out the night before. Then they come in and they get the drug test. So I would like. So
what would you say if a player came out average 4 points and be like, well, shit, it's my 6'1" too, and he was black? Then what would you say?
My argument would be dead. But show it to me. I'm fine with it.
But what if he doesn't have the issues that Morant have? What if he just like, yo, it's part of the league? So he's not like she said. You don't know how many people getting tested. They just ain't saying nothing. They don't care that much. That's
why I said that would be the dead of my argument. Like, okay,
do I feel he been singled out? I guess. Yeah, I could say he'd be a single. 7 times is a lot. You know what I'm saying? If somebody would test me 7 times, I'm saying I'm gonna just fucking do it. Get it over with.
Just come in next day.
Fuck it. I take it.
Come in. Hey man, give me a drug test.
I'm tired of peeing.
I dropped 60 last night. Give my drug test.
Like fuck it, man. I'm done with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it is what it is. If you clean, you shouldn't even care.
Right. It is. But you do
if
feel
you
targeted.
feel singled out though, that's the point that I'm making. If you feel singled out, because I'm
can't
I'm
prove
elevating.
That you singled out because you don't know who all taking them tests.
But you do know that out of the percentage of 2,100 or whatever, you got 7. When the average is 4 per team, it's the math ain't mathing.
But you don't know who else taking them tests, so you can't. What if I'm telling you? What if it's a white boy somewhere taking the test just like he is? He just ain't saying nothing.
That's true.
You don't know. I don't. The victim shit in millionaires is just past me, I guess. Take the goddamn test, man.
Oh, they got to take the test.
You know what I'm saying?
They got to take
until you can prove it, like they really picking on you. Just take the goddamn test.
Right.
So 7 times ain't enough.
Man, take the goddamn test. Man, they can test you all year round. They paying you millions, man. People treat you like they already treat them bad. So don't get mad now.
Right. Yeah. I still stand where I stand on that, but until further notice, which I ain't gonna get.
No. Until somebody else come out and say it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the average guy.
Yeah. When the number 8 player on the bench comes out and said I was tested, I only played 6 minutes last night.
Yeah, you look good for 6 minutes. Go pee.
Then I'll be like, all right, let me shut up about
go
the
pee.
Right. But all right, moving on. We had a unveiling of a MLK statue in Boston. It didn't go over so well. A lot of mixed reviews. Did y'all happen to see it?
I did, and I was thoroughly confused when I saw it. It really looked, it was obscure to me. It was weird. But then when they posted the picture of where they got it from, the inspiration, then it made sense. But the way that they constructed that, it was a fail for me. It missed the mark. Mm.
I mean, it was art. It was a good art. Eye the beholder.
Yes. Trash. And I say that because, and I had this argument with somebody online. He expressed that, that's the artist, that's the way the artist.
That's how he views it.
And I get that. And that's beautiful. Art is art, and it is very interpretive. And artists would tell you, I don't care what you get from it. It is what it is. But we are monumenting this figure, this huge figure, MLK. There is nothing that I can look at from that statue and say that is a monument to MLK. You have to have the original picture to see the inspiration. Yeah. So if I am monumenting somebody, my point is to show you that I am giving praise to this person or this whatever this situation
Somebody
is.
said the people of Boston, they chose it.
Oh.
They spent $10 million on it also. It was a nonprofit program. They spent $10 million.
I feel that too. See, the people don't want to see his face in Boston. I feel it.
It is very racist.
So they picked his arm.
That. Yeah. And so I was trash.
It was a fail for me.
Trash. I was upset.
I'm on the fence anyway about Martin Luther King.
Yeah, we know how you feel about him. But
upset.
The monument was trash. Okay? And if that's the artist's interpretation, so be it. That's what I said. If it was in a exhibit where it was an MLK exhibit and that was there, boom, we know what is here. It's context. Right. But me walking down a city street in the middle of downtown Boston and I see this big bronze, just 2 random arms hugging, I can't look at that and say, oh, good.
And the arm part is questionable.
Good old MLK.
Man, it look like somebody getting their pussy out. You ask me, but didn't nobody ask me.
Yeah, it did.
I I first seen it, I said, "Damn, what I said? I might want to go." Wait a minute,
man.
it's Martin Luther King. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that thing. Ain't nobody going to visit that one. If you gonna live in Boston, don't waste your time.
Yeah,
Man,
just
they
go
going
straight
to see that thing.
Just
Man.
go
It ain't
DC.
us.
You want to
We
see
ain't
it?
no.
You want to see it in person
It
just to
gonna-
be like, "Damn, it's okay."
I'm gonna be like trash. Nah, it ain't gonna be us going to see it. I can give you that. If you don't live in Boston, so nah, we ain't get over that. But what else we got in the news? I think that's that in the news. I guess we can get to the grown people stuff now.
He said Kim Kardashian with the see it.
Right, them the people that's gonna be going to see it, not us.
I like this dude. Who is this, man?
That's who gonna be going to see it. That's your boy Julius.
Yeah.
Let's get into some other stuff. A lot of the stuff we come up with, we pull inspiration from some of the group Soundproof Hunger Room on Facebook. If you're not a part of the movement on Facebook, like I said, join the group Soundproof Hunger Room, as well as the podcast. Subscribe, like, hit the notification, help us grow. But some of these subjects we get out of the room. Some of them we hold for ourselves, so we get up in here. One of the questions came up, how does your upbringing affect what you expect and offer in a relationship? And I'm going to hand this one over because there's a whole nother energy that came with that discussion, and I'll let the bearer of that.
She threw a tantrum.
I'm here to talk my shit.
She threw a tantrum.
I'm just going to hand it over and let her go with it and how it played out and where we got.
All I see, remember the man with the baby laying on the back, kicking and screaming? Man, look at this.
Why though? Why?
I just think you offended people.
How?
Because they didn't get what you wanted them to get out of it by saying, "Oh my God, I wish I would have left that out," because people like all that wasn't necessary.
That's a fact because
it's not a fact. We just didn't answer it the way you wanted us to.
No, I didn't want anyone to answer it a particular way. However, if I would have left out the story, the example, I don't think people would have held on to that, and they would have answered the question if it were a standalone question.
We agree to differ.
Okay, that's fine.
Go ahead. You about to throw a tantrum. I hear it coming. I'm trying to.
So the question was asked. So I basically said that I have a homeboy who may or may not be tuned in, but shout out to Paul. He said his mother did not cook when he was raised. So as he was coming up as a young boy, his mother never cooked. So when we talk about what's important in relationships, that is not something that he feels his woman should have to do, or he would want her to do, or that he cares that she does. So again, I was asking the question, in the way that you were raised and what you saw in your family, in your home, outside, whatever, in your circle, if what you saw or how did what you experienced impact the way that you now operate in relationships or not? Things you expect, things you want, things that are important to you, how did your upbringing impact, or how does that affect what you expect in relationships now? So.
You look kind of lost, bro.
No, I understood it. When I read it and she was like, go back and read through the comments, because when I saw it, I knew exactly what it meant, and I left it alone. But I think it becomes an interpretation thing and literally a psychology thing on how you receive information. That's what that boiled down to when I started reading the comments, because so many people were stuck on the cooking aspect, where that literally was just an example. The bottom line was, how were you affected by the things that you was raised by? That was literally the subject matter of the post. But so many people, and then it kind of goes back and forth in their interpretation.
When I gave you my answer, I think it went so far over your head that you asked me another question. So I broke it down to you, then you got it. But I answered it the second time.
I still didn't get it, but I just left it alone at that point.
I didn't even understand how you didn't get it. All I said to you was it affected me in a way of I was open to other shit. That's it.
But that
answers the question.
It does. And it's very... The shortest, he took the shortest distance as opposed to giving what it was that changed how he looked at it. He just simply said, he just said, yeah. Mm-hmm. That was his answer.
But that's not an answer to how.
Yes, it is. It's saying that it made me to where I'm open to other shit. What else do you need?
Okay.
See?
That
That's what I
works for
said.
me.
That's what I'm saying.
It worked for me then. It works for me now.
People answered it the way they took it.
No, they didn't.
Nah, it was some other
No,
people
they
that
didn't.
went straight off of the cooking thing.
Yeah.
What I got from the answers was the answer that I gave in these long ass paragraphs that people like to write. That's what I got from them. That's why I was like, I don't even understand the problem.
Certainly, certain people answered and they got it. So they didn't
I didn't
tack
say
onto-
everybody. I said some people.
Right.
So that means they're not right. They're not wrong. These people are not wrong. They just all answered
Nobody
it in
was
different
wrong.
ways.
Nobody was wrong. But some people did not answer the question, period.
At the point that you attacked these people's answers, you felt they were wrong.
How did I attack anyone?
That's why I said something to you, because you was like, if I'd have left this out, like you pretty much was saying their comprehension wasn't there.
No, you took it that way.
I mean, I just interpreted
said,
that way.
sometimes
You
I wish I
defended it,
didn't
so I
offer-
mean, obviously, I had to say something that you defended yourself. Like that's not what I meant. That's what you said.
Sometimes I share too much context, and that will derail people's thought process. Had I just posed that question, I think that people would have answered it differently versus responding to the cooking part, because that's what they grasped. And that's all I'm saying.
I just think they hurt your feelings. They didn't answer the question you wanted them to.
Why would my feelings be hurt?
I mean, at the point that you come all the way back to actually attack people, because that's how I looked at it.
I'm sorry you feel attacked. Are you okay?
You can never attack me.
Okay, so then,
because if I'm too slick at the mouth to even take that in the way, that's why I actually
I don't know
started
why you
playing
speaking
with
for
you.
people saying people
Because
it was an
because
attack.
it's a page that I have to patrol, and just in case somebody come back at you crazy, I have to watch them. So let me kill that fire like I do every other fire that if somebody get out of pocket.
Oh, okay.
That's
well,
what
I'm
I
sorry
do.
you felt that way, but again, like I said what I said, and I stood by it 10 toes down. I wish I had not offered the context. I wish I had just asked the question so that people weren't distracted by that first piece and weren't able to actually get to the question.
Well, you got feedback. That's all.
And
that
I
matters.
appreciate it.
That's all that matters.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah. So the question was,
How did it affect you?
yeah,
How did it?
the question was,
how did it affect you?
Yes. How did your upbringing
I'm
affect?
a middle child, so a lot of things that I did growing up, I did on my own. Like I didn't need validation from anybody, and it kept a lot of heat off of me. So that I always found my own happiness. So to say in my when I grew up in relationships and things of that nature, I didn't look for a lot of endearment. I didn't look for a lot of, people pat me on the back and this and that, whoever I was dating with. It was also, I was always like, well, I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure I'm happy. And if you don't cheer that on or whatever the case, that's fine. I'm still going to do what I got to do. That can come off as a good thing. It can come off as a bad thing, because a lot of times it will come off as me being nonchalant and act like I don't care about what the other person thinks or things of this nature. And it's not that. It's just, I got to do what I got to do, and I'm going to try my best to appease you. But I can definitely say that growing up, me being a middle child, and I don't know if that goes into that little middle child syndrome everybody like to talk about, but for me, it was just like I didn't need validation. That's the word I wanted to say. I didn't need a strong validation from other people that I was talking to or whatnot. So, yeah.
Is it okay to ask you the question, Ralph?
I already answered it.
Okay.
What do you have? Because it was your question. How did it affect you? How did it make you who you are today?
I saw a lot of what I would never want to be a part of. It was the degradation,
Okay.
degradation of men, and it was the nonchalant response to disrespect. It was a mutual level of disrespect, and it was shrugged off like, oh, it's cool, moving on. And when I raised my kids, I made sure to let them know that if something offends you, if something hurts you, if something I say or do is, if it hurts your feelings, I would like to know that. And I'm not that tyrant person, the tyrant parent either, where I'm just, do as I do and, not, or do as I say and not as I do. None of that. Don't ask me no questions. I'm very open. I'm very honest because of the disrespect that I saw that was accepted and was kind of taken on the chin. I wanted to do the exact opposite of that in relationships and in raising my own kids. So that was one of the things that affected me greatly, and I wanted to do the exact opposite of that.
So you chose different.
Absolutely.
Or you was open for different things.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
See, that's petty. That's petty.
I'm asking her a question.
You're attacking me.
I'm asking you a question.
That is an attack on me.
I'm asking you a question. That means you're open for different things, right?
Yes, but in the essence of a conversation, I just wanted to elaborate. I wanted to engage in the story.
You wanted a paragraph.
I wanted to share a little bit.
I got it. You wanted a paragraph.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize that was an issue? And when you were faced, like when you were on your own, at what point were you faced to where you were to say, okay, I remember that growing up. I ain't trying to deal with that no more. And when did you just say, you know what, I'm going to do whatever I can, everything I can to not let that happen?
I don't know if there was a point that it was just
a culmination.
It was just, it was a lot of all of that when I finally centered myself in relationships, because I have always felt like relationships were important because I did want to see the love between two people, but love is one thing. Showing love is one thing, but love is an action word, and it means a lot than just saying I love you, because no matter what happened, at the end of the night, our family always said I love you. But it wasn't acted upon. It wasn't shown. It wasn't exhibited. But it was always I love you at the end of the night. And that was very, very confusing. And I wanted to make sure that if I say I love you, I want you to feel it, know it, see it in my actions and all of the above. Just wanted to do the opposite of what I saw.
Okay.
I wanted to be open.
Kind of feel that. That's what I was. Anyway, what you got?
Oh, you agree, Ralph?
Yeah, I agree with it when I wrote it.
Oh, okay. That's good. It makes me feel good.
Just saying.
Oh, another thing. This one wasn't in the group, but something we threw out there. Do you think men give too much early on in dating?
Yep.
Elaborate, please.
We buy women with time, we buy them with money, words, all that shit, just to hope you hold their attention. That's it.
I know you got something to say. No. I think we're hunters though, and that would.
This is you. This ain't about what nobody else said. How do you feel?
I don't agree. I don't agree. Well, hold on. Let me think about it. Because in one point, and this is what I'm thinking about as you said what you said. Yes, I'm gonna do all these things to get you in there, to get in there to make this nice, comfortable spot. Now, is it always something you will maintain? So to say that I'm doing too much in the beginning to retain you, do I also have to do too much to maintain
you? You have to keep that up because you that's the door you open. You
right.
have to. So are you able to maintain that?
Right, and that's why I'm not doing too much in the beginning.
We go all around in circles just to come right back. This guy, y'all.
I had to think through it.
Paragraph talking.
I had to think through it. I don't mind thinking through it. You know what I mean? So,
go ahead. What you got?
No, I don't give too much early on. Usually, and most of the complaints I get is I seem like I don't care about stuff. That's what I get from most of them.
That's what I tell you. Don't
no, that's been in my history of dating. I hear a lot of people say I just act like I don't care.
Okay, let's break it down. Man meets woman. Man asks woman out. He pays. Man has to initiate it. He pays with his time, with his efforts, everything. Women in the first, let's say he don't hit it. Okay, so let's say if he don't hit it in the first 3-4 months, it's all give, and everything.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, you're making great points right now.
At the point he hit it in the first month, then shit started sliding downhill.
We talked about this last week.
No, I'm just saying though, this is real. This is real. Because at the point he hit it, now he changing what he feel like need to be done to keep her. But if he don't hit it, it's all on him to keep her attention.
I agree 100%. 100%.
Think about the first date. You gonna pick somewhere to go. You can't take her to the.
We're going Chili's 2 for $20.
See, you can't do that. You can't do Chili's because she might not go. She's above Chili's, all that shit, whatever.
Right.
So you gonna take her somewhere, a little nice. You know what I'm saying, in the middle. You try to keep it in the middle,
right? Because we ain't going from the top.
If your first date with a woman is $300,
that's a problem.
You did too much.
And you can only go up from there.
You can only, and you got to maintain that.
You got to maintain that and go up.
This the first date.
Yeah.
You done 300 in. Some people look at it as, people with I ain't got money like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say it like I'm on the broke side of it. Cause somebody gonna be on the post like, well, he just ain't got no money, blah blah blah. $300. I don't care who got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, they might look at it as, oh man, there ain't no money. I can spend it, but now you gotta keep that up.
You do have to keep the same energy.
You see what I'm saying?
That's both ways though.
It's not both ways because women don't chase being like that.
But we also do things to get him that we should do to keep him.
You call him, you send him naked, you open your legs. Everything else depends on him. Everything.
No.
All the woman has to do to keep a man is to pick up the phone and call him.
Not for every man. Some men have different expectations.
This is the crazy part of me. I've been a man a long time and I talked to a lot of men a lot of my life. And I'm telling you, the way to keep a man is just call him.
That's it?
That's it.
That true, Sean?
Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no.
Let me tell you why I disagree with what you're saying. Because if you meet a woman, right, and you call her for 3, 4, 5 straight days, right, she ain't called you one time. What you gonna do? You gonna be turned off by it, right?
I'm gonna start talking to her.
Exactly. So if she call you in that time frame, what you gonna do? You gonna keep going, right? What was you saying?
I need some pussy too.
She ain't fucking you in the first 5 days.
Well,
I hope is she fucking you in the first 5 days?
Hey,
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
We're not.
I know what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. I get what you're
Is this
saying.
thing on?
I get what you're saying.
But when you say the only thing,
The most important thing
is communication.
is that from a woman to a man, because he gonna see his efforts. Because she like, yo, she calling me now. If you do something for a woman and she don't call you, or just anything, no kind of communication, you gonna be like, oh, fuck her.
Of course.
But if she just pick up that phone, send you a text, you in. If you like her.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about somebody you just trying to hit.
Right.
If you like her, that's all she really much got to do. Just keep the contract, keep the door open, keep the line of communication open.
So you saying
That's it.
From there, you don't have a guy that doesn't really have any other expectations from her? Like I think that's the initial.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm saying to keep a guy, all she got to do is just keep a line of communication open.
in the initial stage.
Especially if he's a hunter, because his thing is he might be trying to get to where?
Them guts.
The gut. So if she keep that open, he gonna be like, bet, I'm in.
Hey.
That's it.
Right. In the initial phase, yeah. It's communication. I think that kind of goes that's uniform, I guess. Standard. You know.
I know a lot of women that they ain't he better go up first.
That's whack.
You said that's what?
That's whack.
To wait. So if you're interested in the guy, you're not gonna wait for if you want to talk to him.
Again, I'm also the person that would ask a guy out. So it's a completely different. I guess I'm considered different than a lot of women because I'm not going to sit back and wait for nobody to call. If I think about you, I'm just going to call or shoot a text. So I don't play those games.
Do you have any friends that do and they come up with any issues that feel like, man, I want this dude, but he ain't hit me up.
Hit me up.
He ain't hit me up.
Of course.
Instead of them just reaching out.
Of course.
They ain't gonna do it.
So that kind of goes into what he's saying with men in the initial phase do a lot more in order to get into the dating phase with a woman?
Doing a lot more. That could mean so much. Doing a lot more. Y'all wash y'all balls. Y'all get a lineup. Y'all throw on some cologne. Y'all savage. And, y'all show up.
I was about to say.
We get pedicures. We get our hair done. Some women arrange for babysitters. So and then that is contributed. I think that's part of the effort to show up.
You grooming yourself does not get you. That's grooming yourself. I'm talking about the initial effort he in to hold your attention. You grooming yourself. That's just. I hope he met you was groomed. So I mean, that's just normal shit. If he don't like it, somebody else gonna like it.
Right, but we're not talking about all that. We're talking about showing up for that person. And those are all efforts. If you're talking about communication.
You know why you do that? Because he's showing so much effort. What he's doing.
That's on both sides.
That's all I'm saying. It's both. I don't think that one does more than the other. For me, I don't think that.
Now I'm starting to lean with Ralph, and I don't like that.
I'm just saying. if you look at it, and it is what it is to whoever it is. Mm-hmm. But a man does more in that phase. He has to.
He has to be the initiator. He does.
How many times you done went on drinks, went out with a dude, dog? You see a chick, her and her friends, you buy everybody around, just to get close to her. You buy everybody around, man. But hey, them girls over there, get them this, but tell her it was for her. Some of your ugly duckly friends might, because if you don't do it,
that ain't happening a lot.
Because if you don't do it,
that's not happening a lot.
You're crazy.
Well, not a lot, but it happens. It happens.
It's few and far between now. Because now these dudes is online talking about, I ain't got to buy all y'all drinks. I ain't trying to holler at everybody. I'm talking to her.
You know why they can say that? Because they expect it, because it's being done.
It's been done. And it's almost, to me, it's like he said, some women expect it. It's almost a little bit of entitlement. Like, nah, you ain't finna holler at my girl and not give us a drink either. So now I'm dating the whole crew. No, I just want to holler at your homegirl. Why I got to date all y'all real quick?
So are you buying the drinks for everybody, or are you buying it for her?
If I'm at that time, it's gonna be one time. You get you one good round.
I get everybody around. Boom.
Yeah. And then let me holler at you.
Because who ain't doing it? A woman definitely ain't doing it.
I ain't never heard
and she don't even have to.
Drink for her
she can have one drink sent over to that one dude.
Yep, and look and be like,
and he like, shit. Let me get over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna holler at you. Hey, I'll be right back, man. I'll be right back. Y'all hold on.
Okay.
Have you ever bought a round of drink for guys?
I have. But
a round of drink for guys?
Yeah, but it was on like it was on 3 of them. Yeah, well, we were all at the club.
A man is a hunter, but that don't mean you got to open up everything to yourself, of yourself, to get this lady. If that's the case, you chasing her.
That's what a hunter is, a chaser, right?
No, not in this game. Oh, because it costs too much money. Yeah, women's only thing they see is the money you spend. Today's society. I ain't talking about us old motherfuckers.
Okay. Thank you.
In today's society.
I was about to say some stuff.
What you spend gets you in.
So can you say that's why so many people put so much
that's why
on
men
social
feel,
media?
That's why men feel like they can talk to women any kind of way. Because they look like I'm paying for this shit. Like the one dude at the hotel with the chick 5 G's and she ain't want to give me no pussy. He got on there and talked crazy about her. And I ain't go front. I see both sides of it. I ain't promise you no pussy, but I didn't get you. I just spent 5G. That's just like every man that say, if a woman go out of town with me, she gotta give me some pussy.
I'm that guy.
See what I'm saying?
I'm that guy.
Because of what he spent.
Just ridiculous.
Well, it should be understood before you do stuff like that.
Just because you take me somewhere don't mean I owe you nothing.
Out of town?
I don't give a damn. Out of space.
Oh yeah, you
giving up your space obligated. You're not entitled
space guts.
You are not entitled to what
I
am bringing. What I am bringing to this on this trip is my company, my presence,
your mouth.
You definitely didn't bring your purse, so that's what I want to talk about.
Hold up now.
No, we gonna get into it now.
Talk that shit, Sean.
Because when you accept that, okay, if the tables were turned and a woman said, "Hey, Sean," or anybody, "Hey, we finna go to the Bahamas for the weekend." Oh yeah, oh, in her mind, If she don't pay for everything, she gonna want some pipe. I don't care. You can act like no. You gonna want some
trip?
pipe. Yes.
I could have picked anybody.
You did.
But you didn't. You picked somebody that you was somewhat interested in.
And I can have the pipe at home. Like, why I gotta fly? Why I gotta take you somewhere to get
because you want that pipe.
Exactly. Talk that shit, Sean.
Because you want that
Talk
pipe.
that shit.
Nah.
So that's what I'm saying. So when
only
dudes
y'all
do
are
it,
feel entitled to that.
well, the thing is that when you accept things that are a certain value, like a trip, you know that this person is interested. Now, if it's just a mutual friend or a friend that's a platonic friend, let's say that, that's different. But if it's somebody you know that is really interested in you on an intimate level and you accept this trip, you know in their mind that it's something else that they want from you. And so in that, if you're not ready to get to that level, why accept the gift?
Because my pussy don't have a price tag on it. Just because you invite me on a trip does not. Come on, man. Like, you invite me on a trip and you pay for things, great. If there's an excursion, I'll offer to pay for that. You feel me? It's not all on you. But then furthermore, when it all comes down to it, no. Just because we laying there, because I'm in the Bahamas with you, don't mean you're entitled to my pussy.
Y'all sleep in the same bed?
Yeah.
We are.
Same bed.
Ain't no motherfucking way.
Right.
Don't sleep next to me.
You can call me a chauvinist. That's just how I feel about it.
It is very much so chauvinist. If she's willing to do that, absolutely.
If she's
the vibes.
willing to go,
If I want to do it based on the chemistry, but not based on the dollar amount you spend.
But that's what I'm saying. For me to offer it to you, let's say that you know this guy is interested in you, and you're like, I ain't really feeling him yet. Are you going to put yourself in that position?
But if I'm willing, but if I'm interested in you as well, and this is,
drop the draws.
We're considering this is the first or second date, or very early on. If I'm interested in you, you're going to know that before we go on this trip. So, and you may get pussy later on, but because we're on this trip, don't mean that you get this pussy.
Hold on. You will say, just because we go on this trip, don't mean you're gonna get some.
What?
You
no, I'm not saying that ahead of time. No. But I'm also.
Why
But I'm
not?
also.
I heard a free trip, cuz.
That you know what I'm saying? You're dead ass wrong to think that because you invite me on this trip that you getting some pussy.
So wait a minute. Wait. Let me back up. You know when you go out of town with this man, he ain't gonna get nothing.
No. I don't know that. I don't know that.
So you going open-minded.
Absolutely.
But we're wrong for thinking that
he going open-minded too.
We gonna get this thing.
You are absolutely wrong for expecting it. I want you to go into it open with common interest, but knowing that shit, it may or may not happen. But also know that this is not the last. But I'm also thinking when I go on this trip, this is not our last encounter. We're going to have dates after this. We might turn up. You might get something. But I also know that if I'm not giving you nothing on this trip.
Exactly. You know what? If y'all don't get them guts on this trip, you just struck out, young lady.
How many trips you going to pay for?
I liked you, but you ain't want to come up on them guts with this blue water, this white sand, and these free drinks. And you ain't come up on them. What else a brother got to do?
How much I got to spend?
How much I got to spend?
What did I say, dog?
It ain't about spending.
What I say, dog?
Just be consistent. That's all. Have a little consistency.
Spending.
You don't have to spend.
You would be broke fucking around, dog.
We could have went to Piedmont Park. You know what I mean? We could have went to Piedmont Park and had a picnic, and I would have gave you the pussy the same night. The Bahamas don't move me. I can take myself to the Bahamas. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for choosing me, though.
Let's bring it outside of you, because we do that a lot. The average women that you know, or friends that you know, do you think they would say the same exact thing? Like if I go to if we go to Krispy Kreme for a donut and some coffee, and you feeling me, I can get them guts that night.
Absolutely. Because it's not about
Miss Davis say panties on the trip aren't mandatory.
Facts.
Leave your panties at home.
Facts.
You're right.
You are not entitled. I'm offended that you're entitled to my pussy on a trip.
I don't want the panties, no way.
If that's the case,
I don't care about no panties.
If that's the case, then let me pay for the trip.
Why not go? Why just not go?
Yeah, why not
because
just go?
The trip is not predicated on no pussy or no. We're going to have a good time. And if sex ensues, then that's perfectly fine. But don't go in with expectation. Oh, yeah, I didn't book hey, Ralph, I booked this trip and I'm taking Shan, so you already know. No.
Well, first off, grown ass men don't talk like that.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
She just did us. dirty right there. You know what
So
she did?
first off, let's go there.
How and whatsoever. You booking this trip. Ooh, yeah, let me upgrade the room because I'm about to get this pussy.
We don't even talk
No,
like that either.
No, I'm talking about saying to yourself.
No, it's a way. It's how you move. First off, and it's not something you got to speak about. So if it's like if I'm into you and we good and we vibe, and we're like, hey, you know, you want to go and get this trip to Nassau or wherever we going?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If we right, so in order for me to ask you that, that's not like saying I'm coming to you and I already feel like you ain't feeling me like that, and then I say I'm finna book this trip. And I'm gonna get this pussy when we get down there.
Right.
No, it's somebody that I'm already like, okay, she feeling me, I'm feeling her.
Right.
It's time for her to come up off of them guts.
That's your problem. You have given it a time frame, and you feel entitled to this.
Why not put a great scenery for the first gut getting?
Yeah. This is be the question you ask. This would be the question. If you open minded, to get 2 beds.
Sure, but that don't mean he ain't gonna hop up off his bed.
But if it happened like that, that means it just happened. But if we ain't even sleeping, because we sleep in the same bed, I don't know what to tell you. Because I sleep naked, and I ain't changing it.
And that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying, listen, y'all trips and all these good things, y'all think the money that y'all spending just entitles you to this. That's false. And that's exactly why most times I'll offer to pay on the first date. Or if you pay on the first, I'm paying on the second because I don't want you to feel entitled. We both can do this here. And I don't want that type of obligation on me.
In your dating experiences in life, how many times have you seen knuckles versus palms?
What do you mean by that?
Give and receive.
I've been lucky. But in dating, in early dating, you have, as a man, you have to do the work first.
Sure.
So early on, I don't even expect to see our palms where somebody's trying to do it. Now, it goes so much further when the offer is extended. Whereas if, you know, mine is a 3-date rule. Within 3 dates.
3 dates?
3 dates.
Oh, okay, that's a date.
Either if you haven't offered to tip, offered to pay for one of the dates, or come up off them guts, it's a wrap.
That shit matter.
It's a wrap.
That shit matter. That shit matter.
How did this happen?
Hey, it's real. It's real because, like he said, when you're constantly doing, trying to win this person over. But you're not getting any kind of reciprocation. None. At what point do I feel like I'm just thrown into a black hole?
Yeah.
You should at some point you should stop if you're not seeing reciprocation.
That's
early.
why I said 3 dates.
Yeah, and that's
why I said 3
valid
dates.
for sure.
You know,
but also take into consideration that women aren't always looking at money.
No,
or what you're spending.
It's not about the money. That's not what we're talking about right now.
We certainly are talking about.
She looking at where y'all going.
I think it's more the effort. Well, I would say more the effort.
You can take me skating the first time. You ain't taking me skating the second time.
Right. We don't need to do the same thing twice.
And what I'm saying is that shit better improve every time.
Well, no, be creative.
I would say go bowling the next time.
No, hell no. Hell
go
no.
Hit the Ferris wheel.
You gonna go skating the first time. Your ass better put up. You going dressed up somewhere the second time. She ain't going nowhere at the same level.
The same level?
She ain't doing it.
It depends on the woman.
Unless you gonna start with some shit like I do. We gonna go hiking the first time, then you might go skating the next time. That's still going out.
Yeah.
You start real low, huh?
But
hiking is a good. That's a way to.
I'm just saying though,
to
like
bond and no distractions.
You're not gonna say, "Let's go bowling the day she go," right? Then the next time it's time to go out on a date, y'all back at the same damn bowling alley. That ain't happening.
Yeah, no, I don't think that
ain't happening.
Nah.
So you gotta. The first one gonna be, I really don't know you. The first one should always be, I really don't know you. So we just gonna do something like this. True. Versus the first one is, excuse me, I'm all out and about. I ain't never been to this place. Look at the chandeliers in this motherfucker.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right.
That's the first date.
Yeah, nah, you can't be doing that. Then the minute you show up, it ain't got no prices on there. Nah, we ain't doing
this.
That's
the first date.
we not doing this.
But then when you bring it back, you try to back up like, let's go out to eat. And you be like, where we going? You be like, shit, let's go to J.R. Crickets. J.R. Crickets? Like, what?
Hell no.
It must have been on the pay week that week we went, you know, chandeliers and shit. Garzon came out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
Everything depends on the woman. I get it.
Yeah, it does. Because they done made it hard out here for us.
Who?
Those
women. Yeah, women have definitely made it hard out here for y'all.
For some, yeah, it's just unfortunate because y'all really hurt. Y'all really out here scarred and
we are
battered and bruised.
Yeah.
I think men is tired of the bullshit.
Yeah.
Be honest. I think a lot of men are just tired of the bullshit and they just like, yo, I'm just gonna be, and whatever happen. Like, I don't think it's about men being. I mean, I hear what you're saying. A lot of men are hurt, but some men are just tired of the bullshit.
Right.
They tired of the games and all this shit. I'm competing with the internet. I'm competing with, like, they just tired. So they like, you know what? I'm gonna be like this.
Compete with other women.
Yeah, not that. We got that shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of men just like, yo, man, I ain't doing all that.
Don't give up, fellas. Don't give up.
I better put a cap on that shit, man. Fuck around bad broke.
We gonna end on this subject right here. Should single people be able to give advice on married issues?
Yes.
I'm different. No.
Yes, because just because they're single does not mean that's not. It doesn't qualify. It doesn't mean they've never been in a relationship. It doesn't mean they've never been married before. It just means they're currently single.
But being married before is kind of different than just being single. Like, if you've been single your whole life and never lived with a person, you'd be the last person I ask for advice.
Right.
Versus,
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's a level to the single
absolutely.
aspect. Okay.
To me, it is. Like, I got homeboys I would never ask. Like, you ain't never been in a serious relationship in your life. I'm going to ask you.
Right.
Well, single people have valuable insight and information, especially those, because they're on the outside looking in. They may have had an opportunity to be married before, but have opted out because of what they saw beforehand. Also, single people have been married before, and they've also made the choice to be single at this point. So they've got the insight and the do's and don'ts and why nots and all that stuff. So I think all advice is useful. You just eat the meat and spit out the bones.
Yeah, I agree. But I would also say to the point of when you said somebody that has never been married, and a lot of times these people, they have, I call it the black and white. Like, it's no gray. It's always right or wrong. There's no in between. And when you hear it structurally, it sounds good.
Right.
But in practice, it don't work like that. And if you ain't did it, you don't know.
You don't know.
So I hear what you're saying, morally, but in real life, it don't work like that. So a lot of times those people are the ones that feel like I'm sick and tired of seeing these internet relationship gurus. I call him young Steve Harvey, because he be on there yelling, talking about what men ain't doing all the time. It's a young dude. He always yelling. Always yelling. I don't know his name.
Is that the one who was he was on somebody posted him talking about don't let your ex shouldn't be friends with.
Yeah, him. Okay. The young Steve.
Brown skin dude.
Yeah, he always yelling. Always yelling. And I'm like, okay. I'm just tired of them relationship gurus and this and that, and always telling people what they need and not need to do. Because it's all relative. We all learning. And it all depends on who you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was talking about the dating. You'll find somebody that loves to hike. She might want to go on that third. Y'all go hiking the first time, the second time you take her out. The third time, she was like, well, I need to get my hiking or whatever. Yeah. But there is no blueprint to it. It's all relative pertaining to the person you're dealing with. And we need to learn how to speak each other's love languages, as opposed to saying this is the blueprint that was put up by this person and this person said this and this is the way it's supposed to play. No, you deal with what's in your face and learn how to move in that fashion, as opposed to what everybody else is telling you what you need to be doing or how you should be doing it.
And being married don't mean nothing.
Would
Because
you go to
look at
relationship counseling?
If I needed to, if there were problems.
What's the difference?
They are trained
If I
professionals.
I'm just asking. If you went to a counselor, right, and he told you the same thing I told you, what's the difference?
I've been to relationships.
I'm just saying, like,
paying for
it's
it.
usually
I'm just saying.
but if
like,
he did well, they dig a lot deeper.
they use paragraphs, and I might use a
No.
sentence. Like that's what it come down to with some of y'all, man. Sometimes the paragraph, y'all be like, that shit deep. That shit ain't deep. It's just a lot of goddamn words.
That's how I feel about the church. Folks be like, you tell them something.
Man.
No, I ain't gonna shoot. I'm just saying, you tell them something, they be like, I don't believe that. But then they go to church. My pastor said it, so it's true now. I'm doing it.
I just lost a dear friend over a church conversation.
Really?
Yeah, I ain't even get to.
You went too far. Huh?
I ain't even get to get my point out. She said what she said. Blah blah
Why
blah.
did I know you was gonna say she?
And it was over. I said, I bet.
That's a whole nother shot.
You cut it off, or she cut it off?
Oh, she told me.
She did.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she
I've
was
been
like,
cut off plenty of times by the
She's
church
like, I don't even want to
folk.
be friends no more. I got it.
Been cut off by the
Yeah.
church ladies plenty of times.
Yes. I
Well,
was
y'all
like,
be
wow.
crossing the line a little bit. So
No, one thing I don't do on that, I don't cross the line, but I'm not gonna be the same kind of believer that you are. And if it's something I question, I'm gonna say it. Now, some people can't handle being questioned when it comes to
oh yeah,
their
you can't tell
religion.
nothing about no Lord.
And I'm questioning into for knowledge. I'm not questioning into being,
Yeah.
but
Just descending or whatnot.
I was like, damn. I was like, oh well.
I've been there, bro. I've been there. Whew. That was good. And if y'all notice, I'm just going to tell y'all. We talked about the news for about 15, 20 minutes. We talked about that for goddamn 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Real passionate up in here when it comes to relationship and life, man. So that's the kind of stuff we talk about up in here. So tell your friends what we be talking about. Tell them to come subscribe. Tell them to come holler at us and get up in this live chat, because that live chat be jumping. It be a whole nother situation going on off right now. So we appreciate y'all coming through, hanging out with us. We gonna keep doing it. Y'all stick with us. What y'all got?
I'm always last. You ain't never watched the show?
I love me some Ralph, and I just want that to go on the record. I love you, Ralph.
You know you loved.
Yeah, appreciate you.
See how I said that?
Yeah.
I just said you
Just
loved.
yeah, very
See
short
how
and
general
sweet.
I be?
Yeah,
See what I'm saying?
yeah. I'm getting to know you.
But check this out. I don't know if everybody's seen a report of Facebook or Instagram is showing nipples for transgenders and
And non-binary.
yeah, non-binary. So y'all be watching. Y'all better watch what nipples y'all be hitting the like button on. So, but I like that because that ain't what that is.
How they get that?
So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Watch the nipples.
Dang.
They ain't nipping.
Only trust the nipples in real life, people.
If she didn't send them, question it. And make sure she got her head attached to them. Don't do hairless pictures, fellas. You don't know who that is.
I need a copy of that birth certificate. Send that along before you send anything.
Watch them nips.
Oh, man. Hey, man, y'all be easy out there, man. We love y'all.
Somebody had a birthday
Today,
sometime this week.
Martin Luther King.
Nah. We did Brian, right? Somebody else had a birthday.
Brian, yeah.
Happy birthday to all the birthdays in January.
Donna birthday today.
Donna, our
Donna
homegirl
birthday.
Donna birthday today. Y'all seen Donna. She was up in here cutting up. But Donna, happy birthday. I hope you out there enjoying yourself. And happy birthday to all them January childrens.
Y'all some special people. Oh shit, Sue birthday. That's who birthday today.
So, yeah.
And Mike,
He down there.
and Mike
Lawson.
Yeah, Mike
Big
Lawson. That's
Mike,
who birthday
Chef
today.
Fly. So he out of town with him and his wife.
Yeah, I seen him on the beach.
They doing, he working out.
Yeah.
Muscle man on the beach working out.
Right.
That boy don't stop. Don't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Won't stop.
Okay.
Y'all be easy, man. We love y'all.